Dear friends, Namaste. In coming 10 to 20 minutes, let us try to learn about the role of spiritual master in our life and what the spirituality is and how to evolve spiritually. So let us start with a famous sloka which we have learned from our childhood. The sloka goes like this: Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Here, this sloka empathizes, emphasizes the importance of the Guru. Here it categorically says Guru is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara and Sakshat Parabrahma. So what we understand by this? The Guru is a creator. He is a destroyer. He is a protector. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Sakshat Parabrahma means what? He is the real witness, a living entity of the ultimate. So this is what the sloka means. In what way he plays the role of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara in us? If a sincere seeker totally surrendered to a spiritual master, that is Guru, he creates all that is good for our evolution. And he protects us from all the evils and he destroys all that is not good for our evolution. That is why he is a Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara for us. See here, total cooperation, total surrender of a student to the teacher to learn about the subject, the ultimate, is very much essential. See, I will give you just to make us understand, I will try to give an example. See, now we have a computer with us. It's about 10 years old. Now what has happened? Say during the usage of time, varieties of virus has come in. Lot of unwanted programs been put into it. Old version, and now it is not functioning. It is not giving me the needed result, full of virus. Now what I do? I take this computer and hand over to a computer specialist. I tell him, this computer has got all the useless programs, which is of old version, all types of viruses it has in this. Please remove all that unwanted, update it and put antivirus so that it gets protected. Isn't it? Then the computer master does the same and hand over in the same manner. This is the old version. All logical inputs, logical inputs from the day I have taken birth to now, through the influence of parents, environment, culture, tradition, religion, education. And now I feel I am not worthy, I feel I am suffocated, I feel I am a bundle of useless things. So now what I have to do? I have to bring a correctness into me. So what I have to do? I have to surrender to a spiritual master. May you destroy everything unwanted in me, like Shiva, and protect me from all unwanted influences through Vishnu, like antivirus, and then create the present day updated version like Brahma. So when we surrender to that spiritual master, now he is able to bring a total change in us, the way he wants us to mold as a spiritual beings, so that we are useful not only for ourselves but to the entire universe. So here we try to understand, when we say Guru, Guru means what? A spiritual master means what? The one who imparts spiritual knowledge. Not only he imparts spiritual knowledge, he puts in that divinity into us in the form of a seed, and he makes it evolve. That is the role of the spiritual master. So even to learn something mundane in our life, whether it is a computer knowledge, whether it is a cricket, whether it is something connected with anything manufacturing, we require physical presence of someone to give that knowledge to us. When that is the case, now we are trying to learn about that Brahma Vidya, which is of highest knowledge. It's a Guhya Vidya, secret knowledge. And for that, the helping hand of a spiritual master is of paramount importance. Without his help, without his grace, without he taking care of us, it is very difficult to stray in the path of spirituality. So now we have understood the role of spiritual master in our spiritual evolution. Now let us try to understand what all this spirituality is. See, in our level, let us try to understand in the basic manner, not with high philosophical theories, philosophies, and other things. It's simple. Let us go by step. See, what my understanding is, the spiritual journey means it is about learning how to love, and it is culminating into oneself becoming the embodiment of love. So that is what is known as a spiritual journey. So you all know very famous quotation in English: love is God. So what is the symbol of love? Heart, isn't it? It means what? So where the God is? In the heart. So now we know what the God is. That is a love. And where he has to be looked? Inside the heart. Isn't it? So Lord Krishna in Gita, he says, Yogi Hridyana Gamyam, I reside in the heart. And even Christ says, you know, this body is the temple. Deho Devalaya in Sanskrit. And Christ says, I don't believe in the temples made out of mortars and bricks. I believe in walking temples. So now we are very clear that the path is a path of love. So we are not talking about a mundane love. We are talking about a spiritual, divine, serene, all compassing, absolute manifestation, which we call it as a love. And now, how to know about that love? How to become an embodiment of love? See, there is a very famous proverb. What it says? The one who cannot love himself cannot love others. Correct? So, when that is the case, the love, I should start loving myself first. How to start to love myself? If we have to introspect. How to do introspection? First, I have to ask, do I really love myself? If I really love myself, am I happy with what I am today? Then when you introspect, you comes to know, if I really love myself, how I can waste my time the way I am wasting. If I really love myself, how I can tell lies. If I love myself, how I can get angry for useless things. So when you start introspecting, you start taking corrective action. When you start corrective action, there will be a transformation in you which you able to perceive, and even in the due course of time, even others able to perceive. So the love brings change in you. You become expertise in time management, self-discipline, skilled person, and there will be a overall growth in your existence. Isn't it? So now, let us try to know how meditation can help in oneself becoming embodiment of love. How it can help us. So here, we have to close our eyes so that this sensory organ doesn't disturb us from external attractions. So now what we do? We use this mind and make it focus on the heart and feel the presence of divine light in the heart. And we feel that divine light or that divine love like a magnet. It is attracting us towards it. And we try to surrender to it and try to go wherever it takes us. And in the due course of time, we feel that there is something which is beyond my perception, beyond myself, which is very profound. And when we go deeper into it, much more revelation of our inner strength happens. Then we try to understand that I am the one who is responsible for my success, for my failure. It is in me that capacity which is embedded, that infinite capacity which I have finited myself. And by connecting to that infinite resources which is already existing in me, I can make my life more better so that I can do the best in all fields and serve the humanity. So today Let us try to understand up to this, and further in the next talk, let us try to know more about meditation. That is, what is the prerequisite preparations which I have to do before I do meditation, in the process of meditation, what I am supposed to do, after the meditation, what is that I am supposed to do. And all these things, let us try to understand in the next talk. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity. May Master's grace be on all of us to make use of it for our evolution. Thank you very much.